4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Back to School Night for Irvington High School 2021 and 2022. I am Nathania Cheney-Aiello, the principal, and I would like to briefly introduce you to the wonderful people on your screen that will be helping with the information presented for this part of this evening's Back to School Night. We have our administrator team, which is composed of Glynis Mason, Cyril Gialdini, Brian Walton, and John Honerkamp. We then have 3 wonderful people that do a lot of things for our school. We have Mr. Brian Willer, who is in charge of all of our activities. We have Michelle Stone, who is our athletics coordinator. And we have Allison McCauley, who is our teacher librarian. So you will be hearing from all of us throughout this evening, and we will have a slideshow that we will then put up on the website. So for some reason, your internet cuts out, you'll be able to get this information at any time for your reference, including all of the links that you see to get to other websites. So if we can go ahead and begin that presentation. Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome specifically the class of 2025. It's wonderful to have you on campus, and the class of 2024. It's nice to have you on campus as well. It is a little bit hard for me to imagine that we actually have the class of 2025 here at a high school level, but I guess that just means I've been in education a long time. Next. So here at Irvington, there are 4 main goals for our school. The first is staff and student wellness. Obviously, we are still working within the pandemic guidelines, and so we want to make sure people are physically well and mentally well. Staff collaboration, which I have to say this staff is fantastic at. Increased intervention for struggling students, and we are starting to work on these with our specialized flex time and our advisories that have started this week and next. And to continue the academic rigor that is what Irvington is known for, while taking into account that students are back on campus for the first time in 18 months and making sure that they have the preparation they need to be successful in all of their classes. So as I mentioned, I am the principal, and our assistant principals are assigned based on last name. So Mr. Honerkamp is students with the last name of A through H. Ms. Gialdini is students with the last name of I through P. Mr. Walton is Q through Z, and Ms. Mason, who we unfortunately have to share with Horner. So she's here 50% of the time, is in charge of all of our 9th graders who can see their alphabetical assistant principal on days when Ms. Mason is not with us.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. The department heads that head up different departments within the school setting are for counseling, Veronica Serrano, CTE, Mark Rodacker, English, Catherine Martinez and Rebecca Reddy, English language development, Nicole Marcella Jensen, health, Julian Goulet, math, Sheethal Mohandas, PE, Stephen Strout, science, Ariella Kohler, social science, Lauren Mattingly, special education, Minky Yu, world language, Alberto Bayado, and visual arts, performing arts, Tully Minty and Jen Olson.
And good evening, everyone. At Irvington, we have a wonderful team of counselors. They support students with academics, college counseling, and the like, but also if students are challenged in the area of academics or social, emotional, or behavior, this wonderful team is there to support them as well. Similar to our assistant principal team, counselors are organized by alpha, according to the last name of the student. Ms. Velasco, A through DH, Ms. Bennett, DI through KN, O through NGO, Ms. Velasquez, NGU through SH, Ms. Serrano, SI through Z. And then we also have, rounding out our counselor team, Bindu Chopla for our career and college specialist.
Good evening, everyone. It is a real pleasure to be welcoming everybody back in person this year. So in terms of our morning protocol, students will complete an at-home symptom check, which is linked here before leaving the house. If the answer is yes to any of the screening questions, the student is to remain at home and contact the school. Has required materials for their assignments. Students should put on a mask before exiting your vehicle or walking onto campus, and all other occupants of the vehicle should stay in the car. In terms of that symptom check screener, it is available in 3 different languages, in English and in Chinese and Spanish.
And I was muted because that's the classic thing that happens when, can you hear me now? I'm on a Verizon ad. So, as the slide says, we would very much like to be able to communicate with you, but in order to try and keep everyone as safe in COVID times as possible, we very much appreciate it if we can do everything possible by phone or email or a Zoom appointment. We really do not want to have to do drop-ins when they wait and then maybe we're not available. So we want to make sure that we can take care of your needs in a time when we're both available. If you have any questions, this is our main line, and then you can ask to be transferred to any of the people in the front office. If you happen to need to pick up your student, and you know that they're going to be gone because of an appointment, we really prefer it if you send a note with your student in the morning so that they can go to their attendance clerk, give them the off-grounds pass, so that then when they're ready to leave their classroom, all they have to do is show that pass to their teacher, and then they can meet you in the parking lot. And although we absolutely love our parent and community volunteers, we unfortunately cannot have any of those visitors on campuses at this time due to our COVID safety protocols.
Our ultimate safety protocol for COVID is to wear it well. It's a good motto to have when we're talking about keeping masks on, covering the mouth and the nose so that everybody stays safe as we are around campus and in classrooms. Face coverings are required for anyone on campus at any time, students, staff, visitors, including parents and district staff who are on campus also wear masks. Students and staff are encouraged to wear their own cloth face covering from home. If a student or staff member forgets their own, a disposable surgical type mask will be provided. All adults must wear a face covering, mask, or shield at all times while on campus, except while actively eating or drinking or while in a private office or alone in a classroom. Face coverings should be worn properly, which requires the covering of both the mouth and nose and fits snugly against the sides of the face. Students are required to wear face coverings at all times while at school unless actively eating or drinking. And we have access, or we can provide face masks to students at any time in the day. All of the administrators have them in offices. All of the office staff have them available, and they are about campus as well. So if there's any time a student needs to replace a mask, or if anyone needs one for sticking them in their backpack just in case, we can always provide a mask on a daily basis.
So what will our classroom look like? So face masks will be worn at all times. Each classroom has an air purifier, and in some spaces we have multiple air purifiers due to the size of the space. Hand washing and hand sanitizing will be promoted and incorporated into classroom routines. Students will have access to hand sanitizer in every classroom and office, and bathrooms will be stocked with soap and paper towels.
So Fremont Unified and Irvington and all schools in our district are focused on the safety protocols. And a couple of things we wanted to remind parents and guardians and families is that classrooms are being cleaned on a daily basis. Restrooms are also being cleaned daily, and all of the areas are being cleaned on a regular schedule.
A lot of the questions we've had so far this year is it okay to send my kid to school? Or what are the protocols if my student is potentially showing some symptoms? This is a flowchart that is available on our website, and it is also available in English, Spanish, and Chinese. It is important to notice that there are different responses depending upon whether or not your student is or is not vaccinated and whether or not they're having any symptoms. Any student that is showing any symptoms should be kept home until either you can verify that there is an alternative cause, or you can get a COVID test to find out whether or not it is indeed the COVID virus, and isolation quarantine might be warranted. Any cases that are reported, whether it's symptoms or near contact, go directly to the district office so that contact tracing can occur if needed.
In terms of maintaining open lines of communication with you, we have a 48-hour phone and email policy. Although it's been a challenge the beginning of this year, it's just been such a complicated transitional moment, but we'll make every effort to respond to voicemail and email messages within 48 hours. Also, it's extremely important that you register for the parent portal on Infinite Campus. This is a portal distinct from the student portal on Infinite Campus. And next, please. Pardon me. In order to register for the parent portal, you go to the Irvington website, Irvington homepage, and there is a link, Infinite Campus Parent Portal. That's where you register.
At Irvington, we follow a regular 6-period day schedule on Mondays, and we have block period schedules on Tuesdays through Fridays. The most highlighted portions of our block schedule that's posted online in a larger document are the 6-period day and the block periods. You can see the breakdown of which periods meet which days. So our odd periods meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our even periods meet on Wednesdays and Fridays. And we have an intervention period in between, in the middle of the day or the middle of the morning, every day throughout the week, so that students can have more community building in a smaller group. They can have some time that is focused around community building at school and not just academic improvement. And also there are opportunities to encourage that academic improvement within that academic and intervention-based time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Willer, and I'm the Student Body Activities Director. I'm also a math teacher at Irvington High School, so I do a little bit of both. My main goal, what I want to see at Irvington High School, is really see that every student is connected to a club, a sports program, an art program, some program extracurricular on our school campus to really turn the Irvington community into the Irvington family. This year, it's going to be a challenge. We're learning as we go. Right now, we're under the most restriction, and we're hopeful that as the school year progresses, we'll be able to ease up on some of the restrictions, but we're not going to do that until it is safe to do so. We have clubs starting on our campus. We have about 70 active clubs on our campus. We have new clubs that are being formed. The best place to go for clubs is ihsvikings.org. We have a list of all of our active clubs. In fact, you can even find a Google Classroom for every club to find more information for them. We also have our daily announcements there that will tell you what clubs are meeting when and where those meetings are taking place on our campus. Some clubs will be meeting in person. Some clubs will be meeting on Zoom, depending upon the club. We also have our student store online at ihsvikings.org/shop, where you can buy all your wonderful Blue Crews, and school gear. And I just want to thank everyone. We actually broke every record this year selling school gear. We've never sold more Blue Crews and White Crews, and we see the kids wearing them every single day, and I'm so excited. We have more stock coming, so if we didn't get your White Crew or your Blue Crew just yet, hang in there. We should have more shirts coming within the next week. So stay tuned for a message about that. And if you have questions, visit our website, ihsvikings.org. You'll find our contact information, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can with the answers. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michelle Stone. I'm the athletic director here at Irvington. We're quite busy right now. We have football players coming in from practice. We have volleyball going on, tennis practice out. Water polo is at Alameda having games tonight. So we're pretty busy. On this slide, I have the Google athletic clearance. If you like to have your child participate in athletics. Right now we are in the fall season, and we will be starting our winter season, which will be boys basketball, girls basketball, boys and girls soccer, and wrestling. That'll start in November. Go to these websites, and you'll be able to see the coaches' emails, what sports that we have, and also how to sign up for those sports. Everything is online, which is thankful that we are able to do that. But if you have any questions, I'm available by email. And also you can go to these websites to look and see. I also want to also let you know that we have Irvington Athletic Boosters that helps every single sport we have here at Irvington High School. And if you're a part of athletics or not, if you can join them, and they do some things, good things for our school. Thank you.
Hi, folks. My name is Allison McCauley. I'm the teacher librarian at Irvington, and my colleague Martha Morales, who's our library technician, and I, we run our library to help your kids with all kinds of stuff. I'm so excited to be able to have our kids back in the physical library. We were open last year virtually. I taught a ton of lessons on Zoom, and we had a curbside pickup, and we checked out about 700 books, and we had 943 kids in our Google Classroom. Your kids are great, but it's nothing like being in person. They've been coming in for our introductory lessons the past few weeks, and they'll say things like, they'll walk in and they'll be like, whoa, this place is beautiful. You have so many books. And then they ask how many they can check out. And most of them have been checking out multiple books, even if they're only required to get one. And it's just very exciting. So I love your kids. And thank you for sending them to us. We are open. Our hours have changed a little bit this year. We're open from 8 to 3:45 to allow for extra cleaning for COVID. And and also our bail schedule has changed. And the kids can come in before school and at lunch and after school and during flex period for help with homework. I especially help a lot with the benchmark research projects, so Change, WIP, and Quest, and to use computers and get book recommendations. Martha's really good at that. And I teach lessons all day for actually every subject on campus. At least one teacher uses the library for research lessons. So it's really we want to be there for you guys. Our website is irvington.org/library. And we offer a lot of stuff for students there. We have 9 databases. We were the first school in the district to have databases at all. We have ebooks and audiobooks, as well as like the ability to reserve print books in advance. You can just pick them up quickly. So there's lots of stuff that we can help kids with in the library. And I just wanted to say I'm really excited to see your kids in person and to do our lessons in person again. Lastly, I help a lot with technology on campus. And so tonight, because I don't have my own regular classes to meet with every single period, I will be on Zoom, and the link has already been posted. If any of you guys are having a little trouble with maybe your student's Google account or your own Infinite Campus portal or anything like that, if you have some tech questions and you want to drop into my Zoom, I will do my best. I'm really experienced with helping students with their accounts. If I can't figure out your own parent account problem, I will find you the information that you need and get that done. So thanks, guys.
So for service learning, Sean Jones is our service learning coordinator. We are continuing with the service learning program. However, we are not accepting hours at this time. There are announcements as we start to roll out that program.
And I do want to encourage our families to take a look and consider joining the PTSA but also want to thank all of our parents, guardians, and families for all the support that you've provided over the years. It's phenomenal, and it helps us do the things that we need to do for students. So really, really thank you, and also encourage everyone to visit these links, email the president, Anita Shaw, and consider joining.
Just a reminder that parents should have received links for their child's classes via the Infinite Campus parent portal, messages that have gone out on that. If you do have difficulty accessing a class, there is a link on the Irvington homepage to help you. So in terms of the format for the evening, each class will meet for 10 minutes. You'll have a 5-minute passing period to get to the next class. Please go to your student's schedule in the same order they attend classes. You'll need to log in via Zoom with their student's first and last name using the same access links the students use for each period. We'll have the class on mute, and guardians can ask questions by using the raise hand feature or by typing in the chat if that is enabled. Please remember that this evening you won't have an opportunity for individual conferencing. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the evening.
So to recap, there are a lot of wonderful people here at Irvington, including your children. They are what make this place just hum in a fantastic way. We want to make sure that folks understand that the purpose of this evening is to just get a general idea of what each of your students' classes entail. Parent-teacher conferences will be happening later this fall for individual questions, but this is a general sort of getting to know you. There are a few teachers that are unfortunately not able to be with us tonight due to family emergencies. So if you do find that you have a period where you have not received a link, it is possible that those people might not be able to be with you live tonight, but please make sure that if you have questions about their programs, that you feel free to reach out to them to get any questions answered that you might need. And if they aren't available, then you just have a nice 10-minute break to have a cup of tea or ask your student about the classes that you have been able to visit. And we sincerely hope that you have a wonderful evening, that your children are having a wonderful fall, and that we all work together to continue to keep everyone safe so that we can keep coming back every day and enjoying those smiles that we know are underneath the masks. So thank you very much. And starting at 6:30 will be your first period course for your student.
Thank you, everybody.